Good afternoon. Thank you for joining us today. Relatively quick update, and then we will get to any questions that are there. Obviously, we continue to see tremendous progress across the board with us basically hitting 70% of all eligible being vaccinated. This continues again to pretty significantly outpace the state of California as a whole. We did also surpass 55% of eligible San Diegans who are fully vaccinated, and so we are encouraged by the progress that we're making and what we were seeing, particularly as we approach almost 2 million San Diegans being fully vaccinated and approach almost 4 million doses total having been given throughout the county. And our efforts around that will continue. We are also seeing a pretty remarkable decline in the number of cases. We've all been struck by the days with the relatively low numbers, but those days have strung together in a way that has our adjusted case rate for this week descending into the yellow tier at 1.7%, or 1.7, excuse me, which again puts us in the yellow tier. Now we would need 2 consecutive weeks in the yellow tier to descend tiers. So it is possible, we won't know until next week, but it is possible that when numbers come out on Tuesday of next week, if we have 2 consecutive weeks in the yellow tier, then we would enter the yellow tier next Wednesday, which would give us 1 week of yellow tier before we hit June 15th, which is the retiring of all of the tiers. And so it is possible we could see some increased capacity in gyms and bars and other types of things. We'll walk through a slide in a few minutes with some of that information. Our unadjusted case rate was again in orange, but the adjusted case rate, because of the testing factor, had us in yellow, and so we will monitor that and let you know next week if that does occur. We're also making a strong push in the month of June on our mobile sites. We already have more than 100 mobile vaccine events that are planned throughout San Diego County for June. We will continue to add those. We are seeing generally good success with those, averaging about 200 per event or location. Some of them are many more. But we will make a very concerted effort and push in June with our mobile sites, with our static sites, with other things there. And then beyond June, we will begin scaling back a lot of these vaccination efforts. Vaccine will still be available at hundreds of locations throughout San Diego County. And as we head into the fall, it will more resemble what it's like if you go to get a flu shot. You'll have pharmacies available, you'll have your healthcare providers available, and the county will maintain ongoing vaccination sites and ongoing testing sites to serve the needs of anyone in San Diego County, but it will, after June, become a little bit more limited. Next week, we expect to have more information for you on what vaccines and testing and other services will look like post-June, but we are continuing those efforts. Also want to remind we have our Youth Video Challenge. We are accepting submissions through June 14th. You go to coronavirus-sd.com/challenge. Our Health is Worth a Shot video and visual arts contest for the youth in San Diego County. And we are excited to announce a special vaccine partnership with the San Diego Padres. Starting on Thursday, June 3rd through June 30th, anyone getting vaccinated at a county-operated mobile vaccine site can enter to win a pair of Padre tickets. You'll have the opportunity to sign up during the 15-minute waiting period after your vaccine, and we will be raffling off 100 pairs of tickets to an upcoming Padres game. Entry to be eligible is for both first and second dose appointments, and for those ages 12 to 17, a parent must be present on site to enter their child into the drawing, but they will be eligible. In addition to auctioning off 100 pairs of tickets to a Padres games during this period, we will have 2 vaccination events in conjunction with the Padres at Petco Park's Gallagher Square. The first will be on Saturday, June 12th, between 11 a.m. and 6 p.m. You can get vaccinated there at Petco Park's Gallagher Square. The first 1,000 people to be vaccinated will get a commemorative Padres vaccine t-shirt. The theme of the t-shirt is Hometown Heroes, and everyone who gets vaccinated at this event will also be entered into the drawing for the tickets. And then on Saturday, June 26th, we're going to do a second vaccination event with the Padres. Again, it will take place at Petco Park's Gallagher Square from noon to 4 p.m. Anyone can come to get vaccinated, and then those with tickets who are going to the game can get vaccinated between 4:30 and 7 p.m. It will be the same setup. The first 1,000 to get a vaccine will get a t-shirt and will be entered into the drawing. So again, continued progress with case numbers down, giving us 1 week in the yellow tier. Continued efforts around vaccinations, with San Diego continuing to do very, very well in total, and a very focused effort in June to try and reach every San Diegan. And our message for San Diegans is the vaccine is free, it is safe, and we know it is effective, and we encourage all San Diegans, please avail yourself of one of the countless opportunities to get a free, safe, and effective vaccine. With that, let's jump into our charts for today. First one here, again, just shows the first week with that adjusted case rate at 1.7. Next week, we should have the numbers on Tuesday. Will tell us if that adjusted case rate remains below 2, then we will be in a position where we are able to descend into the yellow tier. And I will briefly talk about what that will mean if it happens next week. Important to note, it has not happened yet. We will know next Tuesday. We will share that. It would go into effect next Wednesday. But if we do descend into the yellow tier on the next chart here, informal gatherings, again, can increase. Private events can increase. Indoor seated events can have increased capacity. And I just want to note that if you have a vaccine verification or testing verification, you can even go beyond these totals that are there. Outdoor seated live events can increase their capacity. Next chart. Gyms will go to 50%. Bars, indoor, 25% or 100 people. Restaurants, 50% with no number limit, just 50%. Increases for family entertainment centers, amusement parks, and water parks. Next chart is our vaccine dashboard. And what it gives you a little sense of here is the real progress we've made. We set an internal goal of 75% of eligible folks. Again, there's no trigger. June 15th, the tiers will go away, and we will carry forward and move. But for organizing purposes, we've had a goal of getting to that 75% number. You can see we're basically 93% of the way there with first doses, 73% of the way there with second doses. What that represents of the total population is right at 70% of eligible San Diegans. Those that are of the age to get the vaccine have received their first dose, and more than 55% of the eligible population has received their second dose or are fully vaccinated, and that is encouraging. Next, you see vaccine shipments. As expected, they're trending down. We have plenty of vaccine. There are plenty of vaccines available for anyone who would like to get them. We continue to receive vaccines, and we will continue to push to get those out as much as possible. Next, you see our case rate here. Again, really encouraging numbers there. Numbers are low. We continue to do more testing than the statewide average, which is what gave us the adjustment factor to bring us down. But these are very encouraging numbers. As there's fewer cases, as more people are vaccinated, there's less opportunity to spread. And we think this bodes well for the future moving forward, and certainly looking ahead to June 15th. Next chart is just our youth competition contest. Our Health is Worth a Shot. We encourage youth and young adults 12 to 24 to participate. The submission deadline goes until June 14th. And if you go to the website you see there on the screen, you will be able to get more information.